Okay, so this is the event planning and management calculator. There's two screens, the calculator and the graphs and data, which you can see here. I'll start taking you through the first screen. So, firstly, you can change the venue deal. It's up to you what you arrange with the venue, but you can change it here. So, in this occasion, we had a 10% from the bar and also a flat fee of £30. The entry fee charged was 0, but I'm going to leave it at 2 for now, just so I can use that a bit later to show you what it would be like if we did charge on the door. And we can say on here as well where that money goes to, so for now we'll keep it at the venue. We can also change the weather forecast here, sunny, hot, spring, Thursday, for instance. Or you could have it, an overcast day, or you could have it a different day of the week. To give you an example, if you look onto the graphs and data now, I'll give you I'll see how that works. The footfall changing factors here. First of all, you've got the weather, season, temperature, and the total percentage change. So as it stands, it's sunny, which is plus 10%, spring, which is nothing, and it's a hot day, which is plus 10%. That gives us a total of plus 20%. Plus 20% of what is the question? So I had to work out what the average footfall per hour was, so that I could then change the average footfall per hour. So I asked the barman to give me an average of how much is earned on each day, in his opinion, and also how much he felt his customers spent within any one given hour. So a Saturday they might spend a little bit more money because there's a different kind of experienced people, or on a Monday they might spend a little bit less, or on a Thursday they might take the time with their drinks, for instance. Once I had that, I could then ask him how many hours they were open for on a given day, which is 6 hours. So in this situation, we've got £300 divided by 6 divided by 9 equals 5.6. Okay, or on the Thursday, which is the day that we're talking about, 10.3. Now with a 20% increase, we take the 10.3 times the 20% increase, and we come up with a number of 12.4, which, if rounded, comes to 12. So that gives us the amount on the door, which is £2 on the door. So let's change that quickly to make it a bit easier for us, and we'll just change it to overcast and mild. And now we've got 10 people on the door, which is a lot easier mathematically for me to explain. £2 times 10 is 20, times 6 is 120, and that's the number that we've got here for the entry fee revenue projection, which makes sense. Okay, once you've got that information, you can then come down here and also do the same with printing. So you can choose where you printed your ID tags from. Mailbox, etc. is a local company, so you can get them the same day. Cheapest print online is cheaper, however it takes longer to come through. And you can do that with table flyers, A3 and A2 prints. You can do the same with equipment. You can choose where you get it from. Those boxes are all individual and all different depending on what the product is. So the lists will be different. So for instance, I got my badges from Friends Rates, which is 20 pence per badge. And I've got 24 of them, which I'm going to sell for £3 a badge. And the amount that I'm going to sell is 21, for example, giving me a profit of £58. If, for instance, at the last minute the badges got destroyed and I had to go to Badge Boy, well, then I'm going to earn less because they cost more to manufacture. This section shows the venue viability for the event viability for both the venue and the organizer. It's important that any event that you do, whether it be a long-standing one or a one-off, is not only profitable for you but profitable for the venue. In this case, you is the organizer. Profit is actually the charity, the amount of money made for the charity. If we have a little look at the printing, equipment and badges, let's have a little look on this side. This is where it all relates to. Equipment information and how much that costs, and the printing costs there. So let's say, for instance, we were to change that to SW lighting, and we were going to have 25 A2 posters. Now looking at £48.9 for the equipment, and wow, £229 because actually it cost £9 to get £9 to get an A2, which is quite expensive. But anyway, so and now it's not viable because you spent way too much money on your event advertising. So let's put that back to where it was, more affordable amount. And that was my equipment. Okay, so now we're back in business, £70 in the green. Okay, or in the black, as they say. Venue staff, you can change a lot of different parameters here. So you can change whether they're getting paid minimum wage, free drinks, or volunteer. The amount of hours required, that only really works for minimum wage. Drinks free amount and the number of staff. And the same sort of thing can happen over here as well in event staff. But just to give you an idea of venue staff, let's work on that a minute. So at the moment we've got 1 free drink for 1 member of staff under fundraiser. Fundraiser, 1 free drink for 1 member of staff, £4. Or let's have a little look. Why don't we have 24 free drinks. Let's have 5 free drinks for 25 staff. Find out how much that costs. Okay, so it's cost 500 quid. Quite a lot of money. Not something that we can really afford for this event. So let's change it back for 1 for 1. You can do the same sort of thing with event staff. The difference here is that if you wanted to, the venue or the organizer can pay some of the money that they earn on the door back to the event staff, depending on certain scenarios. So let's put this on scenario A. We're going to give them a percentage there. I'm not going to give the support any percentage of the entry fee. They're there for the exposure, and we're going to give the stage manager entry fee as well. So let's see how much they're going to earn off of that. Well, the headliner is going to earn £6. Oh, sorry, £6. Support's not going to earn anything, as we discussed there, and the stage manager is going to earn £1.80, and that's based on these parameters here. So obviously you can have 5%, 1% for the support, here they're not having any, and 1.5% for the stage manager. You can then change that if you wanted to a different one, D for instance, where they get a little bit more money. This time we are going to pay the support because it's only right, and we're going to have 2 support staff, 2 support acts even. And now, okay, well now the cost has come up to £120, which is the most you can earn. It's 100% of the profit, as you can see from, where are we? £120 there. So they're getting all of it. Well, if they're getting all of it, whoever is up here at the venue isn't getting any, surely. So where do we find that? And that's here. The amount paid to the venue is at 0. Well, okay, now the venue's not getting any money, but the organizer is. And as the organizer, I'd like to put some money back into Sense. I don't mind paying the event staff, but I'd like to put some money back into the charity. So I'm going to give them a B-rated scenario. So now they earn a little bit less money, £31.20. And little old me over here gets to put £88, 120 minus £31.20, £88 over to £88.80 over to the charity, which is great. Now I'm going to attempt to explain this just last bit here because it's quite difficult, but I'll do my best. So in the expenditure for the venue, they have to pay me 10% of the bar. £30 is the flat fee. They also have to pay for their own staff and for the drinks, for the costs for the performers. What income they get, however, let's just move that back. The income that they get is 0.21, which is the total projected bar takings, which is understandable, plus 0.52, which is this one here, amount paid to bar, if indeed you've changed it so that they get some money on the door. Well, let's have a little look at this box now. So this is a complicated box. We've got VLOOKUP, J7, so they're going to look up this box here, and they're going to look it up in this section, but they're going to minus J41, and J41, remember, if we can find it, is it going to show it to me? J41 is here, minus the amount paid to the event staff. Okay, so that's absolutely fine. But if it's not on them, so it's now on venue, they have to pay it back again. Very difficult to explain that, it really is. You just have to have a little play around and look at it. But if it didn't come back again, so this box here is plus 41, if you didn't put it in there, they'd be in a deficit. And this works in exactly the opposite way. So you can see venue at the top, then organizer. This one works organizer, then venue. So it had to work upside down in order for it to make sense in the computer. That took me a very long time to work out, and I'm quite proud of it, to be honest. Hopefully it is as good as I think it is. And that's the whole thing. Have fun using it if you get a chance to use it. And hopefully I've explained it half decently. Cheers.